I didn't expect a weekend with my father to change anything. For years, Tom and I lived like shadows present but distant after Mom passed. Grief didn't bring us closer, it scattered us. We mourned side by side in silence, two strangers under one roof. Then one early spring morning, without saying much, we both seemed to need something. We packed a bag each and drove to the coast. No big talk, just a quiet hope that maybe the sea could say what we couldn't. The drive was mostly quiet, a few remarks about the trees, the light, but as we reached the beach town, something shifted. The dunes opened before us like a memory, the ocean wide and silver greeting us like an old friend. The air smelled of salt and wildflowers, and something in my chest loosened. Stepping onto the sand felt like returning to something I hadn't realized. I'd lost the cool grains beneath my feet, the soft wind brushing my face. I turned to Tom expecting silence, but instead, I saw a quiet smile, peace in his eyes. We didn't speak, just stood together watching the waves. That afternoon, we walked the shoreline, shoes in hand, pants rolled up, letting the surf chase our steps. Tom pointed out shells, driftwood, sea glass. I laughed, really laughed, as he told old stories I hadn't heard in years. Childhood memories returned in flashes. Mom's voice, beach bonfires, the sound of my giggling on his shoulders. As the sun dipped low, we found a weathered log and Saturday. The waves spoke for us. Then he reached for my hand. My breath caught. It was the same hand that steadied my bike, passed me popcorn, held mine when I was small. I squeezed it back. That night, we built a fire on the beach. Sparks danced into the dark sky. I told him about my life, my work, my fears, dreams I'd never voiced. He listened, really listened. Then he opened up about his youth, regrets, the things that scared him, things I never thought he'd share. The firelight made him look younger, or maybe just softer. We didn't feel like father and daughter anymore, just two people who had carried pain too long and had finally set it down. The next morning, I woke to the sound of waves. Tom was already outside, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the horizon. I joined him. We watched the sunrise together in silence, a silence that felt like a promise. "This was a good idea," he said. I nodded, too choked up to speak. The rest of the weekend moved gently. We explored the local market, wandered past stalls filled with handmade things. I bought a necklace made of sea glass. When I asked if he liked it, he smiled and said, "It's beautiful just like you." He didn't say things like that often, but in that moment, I felt seen. Later, on a bench by the harbor, I finally spoke. "I missed you," I said. He looked at me, eyes glassy. "I missed you too," he whispered. "I'm sorry I wasn't always there." He reached for my hand again. We sat in silence that said everything words couldn't. That night, we returned to the beach one last time. The sky was painted in lavender and rose as the sun slipped beneath the sea. He turned to me. "We'll do this again," he said. "More often. Life's too short to wait." I leaned against his shoulder, tears quietly falling. "I promise," I whispered. Then he pulled out a small worn notebook. Inside was a folded letter in his neat, careful handwriting. "My dearest Emma, from the moment you first held my hand to the woman you are now, I've watched you with all your laughter, your kindness, your strength. These have been the best parts of my life. I haven't always known how to show it, but please know I'm proud of you always." My vision blurred. "This means everything," I said. He didn't reply, just held my gaze. "You don't have to say anything," he murmured. "I just wanted you to know." Back at the cabin, rain tapped softly on the windows. We curled up by the fire, wrapped in blankets. Our laughter was gentle, familiar, like it used to be. For the first time in years, I felt peace, not because everything was perfect, but because we had found our way back to each other. The next morning, as the road stretched before us, I glanced in the rearview mirror. He caught my eye and smiled. "Thank you," he said quietly, "for this." I smiled back, heart full. "Thank you, Dad, for coming with me." And as the car moved forward, the ocean behind us, I knew this wasn't just a memory, it was the beginning of something new, a bond not etched in sand but in us.